guys, so I kind of vlogged my Thanksgiving and I threw in some tips and stuff like that, but I kind of felt like I didn't get to touch upon enough of the tips, so I'm kind of here the day after Thanksgiving to give you some more tips and go into a little bit more detail where I feel like it's a little bit easier to explain things. Don't starve yourself the day before Thanksgiving. Don't starve yourself the week leading up to a holiday or Christmas. Don't starve yourself after a holiday. Even eat prior to showing up to your holiday event, right? So for me, this would look like eating a healthy breakfast the day of a holiday, getting my nutrients in, then making sure I'm having a nutrients dense meal so that I can pick at some of the less nutrients dense meals later and know that I have a solid foundation for that day already. The days before and the days after are going to look almost identical to my daily routine. So maybe the day after I'm not as hungry as I am, but I'm still going to go about my day trying to get all of my meals in, trying to hit my macros, get my protein there. If you eat breakfast before you go into the holiday and you have that solid nutrient dense meal in you, then you go in already wanting to make smarter decisions because you've started your day off with your smarter decisions. So then you go into the holiday not starving, not ravenous, and kind of more mindful. I definitely recommend trying it if you're someone who will fast all day or eat very low calorie the entire week leading up to a holiday and you notice that you just cannot control yourself from going overboard. This is what I would totally recommend, is eating more throughout the week, keeping a completely normal routine and just following your normal eating patterns, and then just going into the holiday enjoying a little bit of everything. Hydrated. So I will literally take this with me everywhere I go. I don't even care. Stay hydrated. Get your hydration in prior to your travel so that way later in the day you at least know you have that solid foundation. It's all about waking up in the morning and making those smart decisions right away to set the tone for the rest of your day. When you wake up and you're just like, I'm just gonna throw everything out the window that I normally do, it's a holiday, screw it, that's when you tend to make a lot of decisions that you regret. That's when you tend to go overboard. And that's not what you want. You want to have a healthy relationship with food. You want to be able to enjoy the holidays with your loved one and family without having your mind be consumed about the food that you're eating. If you're gonna fall off track, another tip is to use all of the food for a workout, hit your PRs, but don't use it as a punishment. Don't use working out as a punishment. It is a privilege. It absolutely is. So you can use all of the food, extra calories to your advantage in order to have higher energy levels, in order to push more weight. But if you're going to use exercise and excessive cardio as a form of punishment, it will never help you reach your goals. It will never, ever work. You will never be satisfied if you use exercise as a punishment. You have to learn to love exercise, to love the process, to love the fact that you are doing it because you want to feel good from the inside. Another tip that I have is to enjoy each bite. Allow your body to digest your meals and your food and every bite. Digestion begins with the mouth, begins with breaking down the food with your teeth and the saliva. So slow down, enjoy the food. Think about your favorite meal. Just take that bite, enjoy it, stop worrying so much about the next one. And I guarantee you, as you slow down your meals, as you pace yourself, take a bite, have a conversation. Don't be so hyper-focused on the food that you just start shoveling it down your throat. Take your time, and I promise you, you will start to realize you might get full a little bit sooner. You might be a little bit more conscious about what you are choosing to eat. If you really need to go back for that extra plate, even though you're already super stuffed, being in tune with your body and just trying to make that conscious effort to be mindful makes a huge impact on what you eat for the day. Another tip would be to not throw all of your goals out the window from Halloween to January. Don't use the holidays as an excuse to completely fall off track and throw everything in the toilet, because you are just going to go into January really hating all of the change. because this is what happens with people. They're like, okay, I'm going to let all of my goals off. I'm not even going to think about fitness or health or anything during these months. And then as soon as January comes, I'm all in, right? We have the all or nothing mindset all over again. What happens? They go all in, they burn out, they fall off track, and they don't ever reach their goals. So it's so important to, again, make the mindset switch and do it for the right reasons. And it all begins with these small baby steps leading up to it. And that's why I think it's such a problem and why most people don't reach their goals, because they just wait for January and then they fall off because they try to make way too many changes all at once. And then another tip that I have is you can be that person that brings a healthy dish. Like, that's fine. And then you will always know you can resort to that healthy dish. Sure, it might not be everyone's favorite. Sure, you might not want to only eat that dish. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that way you have a dish there that you know you can go to. Don't let your family ever make you feel guilty either. If you're trying to make healthier decisions, you could almost like fill them in and give them some knowledge. A lot of people question things that they just don't understand. If they don't want to understand you, if they don't want to hear you out, they'll never understand and they'll never hear you out. So don't worry about what everyone else is thinking. Don't worry about the comments. I know, guys, the family can be tough sometimes, right? But stay true to you. You know why you're doing this. You know what your fitness journey is all about. You know the decisions that you want to make prior to going there. And that is up to you and no one else. It doesn't matter if they don't like it or they don't get it. It is not their place to eat until you are full and satisfied. Don't overstuff yourself, and don't overstuff yourself during the appetizer phase. Pick at the appetizers, enjoy them, eat them. If there's veggies, maybe lean towards some of the veg there before you go into some of the heavier options. And same thing for the dinner. When you're eating your dinners, make sure you get that turkey, eat your protein, focus on your protein on your cheat days. That's also a really important way to make sure you don't overdo it, because protein is the macro of satiety, so it's going to keep you satiated, it is going to fill you up sooner, and then you'll have less room to eat all of the higher fat, higher carb options. If you are going to drink alcohol, try to aim for a lower calorie kind of drink. Don't waste all of your calories drinking super high calorie cocktails, stuff like that. I go with a simple classic vodka seltzer, always a lemon, usually Tito's, and just seltzer and ice. Hits the spot really nice. Or if you are really big on specific cocktails or specialty drinks, something like that, then be a little bit more cautious about your calories when it comes to the higher fat, higher carb dishes or the dessert. So try and find like a happy medium. Another tip on the holiday and not to fall too off track of your goals is to go pick up your family. I have them here with me, and go on a walk. So I know not everyone likes to get their movement in. Maybe not everyone's gonna want to go to the gym on a holiday. I totally get it. It's not always a practical option, but you can always get your movement in. So we are choosing to get our steps in. It's great to bring your family together, go on a little walk, and really catch up with each other, you know? Even if you can't go outside and go on a walk, you can always prevent yourself from just like completely sitting and laying on the couch. So every like hour or so, get up, walk around, find some form of movement. What are you doing? I talk with my hands too much, obviously. I'm not even Italian. He is. Pie is honestly like my least favorite form of dessert, but we got pecan, healthy type of pecan, coconut custard, and then pumpkin. If you're anything like me and you need to try all the desserts, or even if you want to try all of the food, take a little bit of everything, take a bite out of everything. Don't commit to an entire slice. Just be able to try everything, eat all of the good stuff, pass it on to someone else, and that way you still get to enjoy all of the good stuff that there is out there.
I will eat everything.
He will though. Try to avoid eating all of the leftovers in abundance for the whole week after. Maybe take some of the leaner protein option leftovers, or if there's leftovers that you really, really want, try to eat them in moderation throughout the remainder of the week.
but try not to like live off of all of these leftovers, right?
That's pretty much all of my holiday nutrition tips. If you guys like this video and you want more from me, please let me know, like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments. I totally need to get back onto the YouTube game. It is probably my all-time favorite social media, yet it is the least used. But yeah, guys, let me know how you like this, and I will see you soon.